Hello and welcome to my channel, and if you have already been to my channel, then welcome back. My name is Kalina, I'm a PR expert, and I have decided to expand the topic about PR a little more and talk about how you can actually create a reality, an actual reality, which could be your reality or in general add to creating the overall reality that the humanity lives within. So in this video I'm going to talk about expectations. So why people consider expectations as a bad thing? Because when you actually think about, it's good to have healthy expectations. Expectations mean that you have standards, and I think that we all should have standards. We all should have standards about the friendships, about the relationships, about the communication, about the way we are treated, about the way we're going to live, about our psychological state of mind, about our peace, etc. So we should have standards, and with those standards there are healthy expectations. So let's say I'm going to work or I'm doing something for somebody. Let's say we are within our friend circle, it is within my closest circle of people. The expectation usually is that there's reciprocity, right? So this is a healthy expectation. It is not tit for tat. It is not I do this specifically for them to do this other thing for me. However, there is this expectation in a healthy way because I know that I'm with people who are good quality people, and that's what good quality people do. And then there is other thing. Let's say you want to create something, you want to write a book, you want to do something that is like a work or a service. Now you have expectations for a good quality. Or let's say my readers should have expectations for my books that they're going to be interesting and they're going to be quality books. There's going to be quality content, right? And if I read something from somebody who I know is a good writer, a good author, again, I'm going to have this healthy expectation. And you usually have expectations, I mean me including, in a way that it's healthy. We have expectations for ourselves to show up, for others to show up, and for the products and the services that we receive, we have certain healthy expectations, right? And we should have them. However, when the expectations become bad or a toxic thing, is when there is frustration attached to it. Because a lot of people have those expectations, let's say for others, but they don't have the same expectations for themselves. And there's this frustration because you put too much on the others. And when you expect from others, but you don't really show up in a way that is reciprocal, then those expectations are not met, and rightfully so, because it is not possible to meet them, right? Because you should be the version of yourself, like that should be the first expectation. You're the version of yourself that is deserving, that is appreciative, that is ready to receive, and also that is ready to reciprocate what they expect, right? And then you're just calm because you just expect it, and you live like you live within this reality, like this is your standards now. But when there is frustration attached to the expectation, let's say there is some product that you have to sell, and you are putting this expectation that you're going to make this very high number of sales from the first day. And you have this expectation, but there's also frustration. Oh, but what if I don't do all of those sales? What if I don't even do half of that result of the sales? half of that number, what am I gonna do? So you have this expectation, but this expectation is very negative because you don't have it in a healthy way, because there's frustration attached to it. Because from the start, you have the expectation, but you also have the other expectation simultaneously with it, that you may not actually reach that result. So you expect, but you also expect the opposite. And that is kind of a psychological state of mind, that is expectation with attached frustration. And it becomes toxic. And finally, when you don't achieve this result, you get even more frustrated, or you get discouraged, because maybe the next day you still have to sell this product, because maybe that is a part of your job, or maybe this is your own business. And one time that you didn't reach, or let's say from the very first day you didn't reach this very high expected number of sales, like you're overly focused on it with attached frustration to that feeling, to the expectation attached the feeling of frustration, and you're putting so much pressure, and then people that you're trying to sell to, they react to that pressure, they react to that psychological and vibrational state, right? So it's harder to achieve the sales. But now let's say you learn good sales tactics, you learn how to communicate with people, you learn how to communicate with future clients, you learn good presenting skills, you learn the product itself, like its qualities, not only in terms of materials, but in terms of what is actually good and different about it, or the service, the same for the service. Then you're like, okay, I have all of that kind of skill set, and I have learned all of this, and now I'm going to have the right approach. So with this right approach, my expectation is that I'm going to achieve really great result in sales. But how much exactly? Is it going to be exactly from the first date? Is it going to be exactly this particular hour or this particular time frame? I don't know, but I'll let that go, because I'll have that expectation that it is going to happen, because I'm sure in myself, I'm sure in my skills, I'm sure in my product, or I'm sure in my service, right? So with that, you have healthy expectation. So this is what I had for today's video, and I don't know if you can notice that the difference is really energetic. One is expectation with frustration, which is toxic. The other thing is also expectation. You do expect the best, you do expect success, you do expect sales for whatever you want to sell. However, you expect it in a good, positive way. Okay, so let me know in the comments what you think about that concept. Also, you're welcome to share this video and to like it. You're welcome to subscribe for my channel, and I'm also going to leave a link below to my website so that you can see who I am and what I'm doing. Thank you very much and have a great day.